to NCURE YouTube Tuesday. My name is Jeff Derr, and I am a Senior Research Portfolio Manager at Harvard University School for Engineering and Applied Sciences, also known as SEAS. Today, I'm going to be talking about managing researcher effort during a time of remote work and COVID-19. So, why is this important? Obviously, this information is important because certification of researcher effort is a key component in research admin. We all know that, especially for federal awards. So it's hard enough doing so when we are in person. We're sometimes scrambling across the halls trying to get people to certify. But how does one keep everything in check when we are totally remote, both now and potentially going forward? What extra steps and documentation are needed when certifying remote effort? And what are good questions to ask? And also, how are organizations handling idle and remote researchers during this time? So certification itself, if it's done electronically at your organization, really won't be that different than kind of before the pandemic hit and before we were all remote. If your organization does not certify electronically by using an online system, obviously this is going to look very different than when you were in person several months ago. A good question to ask would be, what is the norm at your institution in the recent months, in the past recent months, presently, and going forward? Are you in a full or partially remote work environment? Each state, it feels like, and each city feels like it's treating the pandemic and the world right now differently. So having the full context of what your organization is doing and how you're operating gives you a frame of mind as you assess effort certification. A good practice to ask certifiers to confirm both that they were able to work remotely and that they can attest to exerting effort on the award. Research now may look slightly different or even very different than back in February, January, before the pandemic hit. Good questions to raise with your PIs or your lab groups, whomever you are certifying, is that you can ask, is anybody in the research group totally idle? Or is anybody unable to work? And if so, is there an expected return to work date? Has there been a change in effort due to working remotely that we need to adjust appointments for, etc.? All these questions allow you to plan appointments and certify effort as appropriate, so you know what you're getting into when you're certifying the effort, and also you can adjust both now and ahead of time for the future to make sure that whatever effort that you are certifying accurately reflects what's happening in the labs right now. So for future salary charges, it could be a good practice to ask PIs, for example, a question like, due to current COVID-19 measures, can you please confirm that your work can continue to be performed remotely? It's a honest question that would be good to save somewhere, maybe a shared drive or a shared folder. It would be good to have this written attestation somewhere for future reference, especially for audits or if somebody's checking maybe PI or other researcher salary. Having that written confirmation that, yes, I am continuing to research and what I'm certifying actually did happen despite all that is going on in the world right now. That's a great thing to have.